Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. We've got another stream here. We've got an interesting situation with the JFK files. People saying throughout the day they'll never be released. Well, they've been released, and we will have to see certain people reviewing these in the conclusion. But you've got Tulsi Gabbard. President Trump is ushering in a new era of maximum transparency. Today, per his direction, previously redacted JFK assassination files are being released to the public with no redactions. She says no redactions, but I've been seeing the chat and I've been seeing people say there's a lot of redactions. There's a lot of black boxes regarding these files. We've also got the situation in the Middle East. The ceasefire has been broken by Israel, with, I'm sure, the backing of the United States to a degree. And there's also the Iran issue with the Houthis. No sound? Is there? No, there should be sound. Is there sound or not? I believe there is. I did have to rehook up this microphone though, because I was gonna do something else on my other computer, but I didn't. Sound is good. All right, thanks. Yeah, all right, guys. So we'll have to see, like, with these files, like, look at this. I'm not going to sit here and go through all these files, obviously, and read all of them. We'll see if anything comes out. Very likely it's going to be neutered, whatever it is, in regards to these assassinations. But Trump had to put something out. Got sound, your fault. Yeah, that's fine, man. Sometimes the sound is messed up on my end as well. But we'll have to see what ends up happening with these. I'm not going to sit here and review every single one of them. I think they're putting them in AI. They're going to have the AI review all of them, and then the AI will come to the conclusions and tell us if there's anything. Did you see Trump talk to Putin? Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. You know what? I think we'll look at that right now, because they're talking about maybe a ceasefire, but then it's like, well, on certain stipulations, there's going to be a ceasefire. Phone conversation with President Putin was very good and productive. We agreed to an immediate ceasefire on all energy and infrastructure, with an understanding that we will be working quickly to have a complete ceasefire and ultimately to end. See, this is the thing. There's a ceasefire on energy and infrastructure, but there's not a total ceasefire. That's why I tweeted out today that it's in limbo. But he says they're working. They're working to have a complete ceasefire and to end the war. So, I mean, I think that's kind of like, I guess maybe we're coming close to the ceasefire, but I thought the ceasefire would be agreed upon by today. These are things that there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of stuff going on with this. Did you sell the JFK files coin? Yeah, I made a lot of trades today. I'll talk about it later. But I sold the JFK files at around 500K. It didn't even matter because it went up to 700K on the release, but I think it's back down to like 250. So, you make like a 3.5x, you'll take that. Your friend from Iran, you want to talk about Iran? Yeah, we'll discuss the Iran situation. Israel owns the U.S. They don't need U.S. approval. Everything is unchecked for them. Well, I mean, it's an unfortunate situation with Israel right now. Hopefully Trump can. I don't know. There's not a lot of faith in Trump here to get out of this. I mean, Trump does a good job of staying out of big wars. So I wonder if there will be a negotiation with Iran. But Israel is certainly happy Trump is in. I'll say that. The astronauts, show the astronauts they're back. Yeah, they are back. That's a really good job by Elon Musk and SpaceX for getting the astronauts back. Good start to the first four. How's the first four going, man? That's right, the first four happening right now. How's life treating you? Oh, it's fine. I mean, we had a really good weather day today. Very nice out. Very, very nice. I've been having this morning issue where I wake up and I'm just really groggy for until I get food. Like, I need food. I used to never be like that. It used to be I used to never be hungry in the morning. I mean, I'm hungry by 10:30 maybe. Israel told Trump he's not allowed to release the Epstein list. Well, I mean, whatever happened with the Epstein list, preferably there's going to be my hope with the Epstein list is they're going to release something. They kind of have to because of how bad the administration looks over it. So it'll probably be something. I don't know what it'll be. It's not going to be anything that people are satisfied with, but it'll be something because they talked about the phase 2 and that's why I still have the Epstein coin because there's going to be hope. There's going to be hype, and then hopefully it'll go back up to like 300 or 400K. How do you become successful in meme coins? I'm really not successful in meme coins right now. I mean, it takes a lot. These are just trades, though. These are not long-term holds. This is not really how you make your money. It's how you make a floor to invest into long-term holds by trading. Very anti-Semitic. Yeah, but dude, that stuff is like, I mean, it's gone really mainstream now with the Israel stuff. I mean, it's impossible. Trump has made it to where it's very obvious that there's major control within Israel, but over the United States. I mean, Trump won't even discuss America first when it comes to Israel because it's like, it's just blatantly obvious. I just hope there's no crazy. I don't think there's going to be a crazy war within the Middle East. Trump knows there can't be U.S. troops there. He knows that, and Trump does this to where he'll radically. It's like radical negotiations. He says a lot of things. He threatens, but he never fully goes in. I mean, in his first term, there was the strikes in Syria in like 2018, but even that, it is escalation, but it's escalation to a certain degree. It's not. I think Israel is going to strike Iran at some point within the next 4 or 5 months. That was already confirmed. Greg, I appreciate it. That's big money for me. That's a life-changing investment into my future. Thank you for that. Hot take: Yale makes the Elite Eight. Normally, Yale and Princeton are the two Ivies who do the best in the tournament. Well, no, because they face A&M. I think A&M's overrated, man. So I could see that happening. Thank you for that. Who's reading all 80K pages of? Well, no one will read it. That'll be summarized by Chat GPT. It'll be summarized. Is this donation glitched or something? Oh no, it just showed up again randomly. That's weird. Kanye coin dropped? I don't think so. AI should be, yeah, there'll probably be an AI report, and then we'll hear, and my guess is the narrative is going to be there's nothing new, honestly. Or there might be a few things, that come out of it, but, yeah, you see this coin? I'm thinking this coin is, probably trending right now. Yeah, there it goes, man. There it goes. This coin is done. This is why these coins need to be sold immediately, guys. They have to be sold. You have to front run them. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. If they release a time on the Epstein thing, wait a little bit and then they got to be sold. North Carolina or San Diego State? I'd say San Diego State. I think North Carolina shouldn't have been in the tournament. You got to get swole. That's a big commitment, man. That's a big commitment when you're in politics. You don't really have to, honestly. You don't have to get swole in politics. Grok 3 is much better than GPT. I mean, we can have a disagreement. GPT to me is the reasoning model for GPT is better than Grok. Grok is very rigid. I mean, it depends what you're looking up, though. You know, you're right. It does depend on what you're looking up. There are definitely things that Grok 3 is better at. GPT to me is always what I've used. So I just, I'm someone that uses something, I stick with it. But I've used both of them. And I don't know what happened to this. Why is that going down that quickly? But I did want to look at the Iran stuff. Trump warns Iran will face dire consequences unless Houthi attacks stop. This is what Trump does. He threatens like this. Yemen's Houthis won't dial down under U.S. pressure or Iran appeals. Trump, Putin on same page about Iran's nuclear weapon capabilities. Really? Trump and Putin agreed that Iran must not obtain access to weapons permitting Tehran to obliterate Israel. Wow, because I thought Russia was going to, said they wanted to allow Iran the ability to be able to develop nuclear weapons. Collapse of Gaza ceasefire and threats against Iran strip Trump's anti-war image. Well, I mean, he's still going to have his anti-war image. Any updates on no tax on overtime? That's going to be part of Trump's big bill, I think, that comes out. Or I don't know, maybe it was part of this. I don't think it was part of the CR. But that'll end up being part of the next bill, I'm guessing, the no tax on over. Trump's going to have a huge bill here towards the middle of the year where a lot of his stuff gets implemented, and it's going to be easier to pass through Congress. It's not like the CR, I don't think, where you need 60 senators. Will Zelensky agree to it? The ceasefire? Yeah, I mean, I think there's talk of a new ceasefire now that Zelensky has to agree to. We'll have to see. This is their controlled territory in western Yemen. There's the Red Sea. Eh. The Houthis will likely respond by increasing their rate of attacks targeting U.S. naval and commercial vessels in the Red Sea. We'll see how this ends. Vince, thank you. It's huge. Franchise changing. I know the JFK stuff dropped, but I'm not going to sit here and go over all of it, man. It's like, we'll see. You know, there's, what did they say, 80K files or some shit? The whale has entered the chat, right? Israel and Iran going to destroy each other, all bad. Supposedly Putin is very pro-Israel. Well, you know what? That one comment, Israel and Iran going to destroy each other. Yeah, I mean, this is the Middle East, man. This is the Middle East. You get involved in it. It's never-ending war. It's Israel versus all the Arab states and the United States sponsoring Israel. So it's just this constant war. There's no escaping it. Regime change, things get worse. And then one side bombs the other, then there's a return, and then there's some type of ceasefire, and then it gets broken, and then there's a peace deal, and then 2 years later... So it's just never ending. That's why Trump wanted to relocate the Palestinians, but this is obviously something different with Iran and the Houthis in Yemen. Putin very pro-Israel. Where's your $5,000 check? They got to talk about that Doge dividend. They're going to have to talk about that, man. We're going to have to see what happens with that. You know how it is with this administration, and with any administration, it goes in cycles. So we'll probably get something on that at some point. But I'm sure that SpaceX is trending right now. Someone was saying that dolphins...
vessel, and that is where our Crew 9 team members will egress.
They staged that with the dolphins. No, I'm kidding.
Spacecraft. Now, here on your screen, we can see dolphins actually, who want to come and play with Dragon.
That's pretty cool.
Now,
dolphins.
One of the fast boats there in place, working to assist the recovery team member. It's incredible. I just love these views. We really see them even better in daytime, but just seeing the recovery team work in tandem to step through each step,
This is a great job by SpaceX getting these astronauts. They were going to have to stay up there for a longer period of time because of NASA. They've got certain schedules, and they would have had to risk coming back on a dangerous mission if they wanted to come earlier, but SpaceX was able to get them. The dolphins are AI. There are JFK files. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and read through all the JFK files, man. It's a lot of pages of, it's a lot of stuff. These are government documents. A lot of this is boring stuff. So we'll see what happens when the AI analyzes it. You seem down today. Don't seem confident in Trump. I mean, in what sense? No, I support Trump, man. I'll support Trump. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that are like, well, Trump's owned by Israel. Dude, I just support Trump. I don't really care. You know? But I mean, this Middle Eastern stuff, there's not much I can say in terms of defense for Trump. It's just, let's just get this over with, I would say. But it's a never ending thing because now Iran is going to be involved in it with Israel, and you've already got the Gaza situation. Maybe the Gaza situation can end soon, but I mean, I don't know what these people that are so anti-Israel want. You want a two-state solution? That's a joke. That's not possible at this point. It's just going to create another war. John McAfee files. What happened to him, man? That's a crazy life he lived. Alberta 51st state. Dude, those videos do so well. People love that. I don't know why, but I'll keep doing the videos on Alberta for sure. Just doing some analyzing. You hate the Iran regime, but we need to accept Iran is a missile power in the world. Well, we don't want really anything to do with Iran. This is an Israel situation, so we're backing Israel, and I mean, we would listen, personally, I would like the less amount of countries to have nuclear weapons, the better. But we do understand that if certain countries have nuclear weapons, denying other countries the ability to develop them, it's hypocritical. But I mean, when regimes are this, like Middle Eastern regimes, you really don't want them, based on how unpredictable they are, to have access to something like that. Play the whole video. Well, I think it's just the same shit.
Obviously they're getting quick assists from the honorary part of the recovery team, those dolphins in the water there. Now the recovery team member that is crawling around the Dragon spacecraft. Earlier, we saw a view where it was like a spider monkey pose.
Those are female dolphins.
You can see that individual now standing in the bucket where the main parachutes were stored while Dragon was on orbit. Obviously, those main parachutes were utilized for splashdown today.
Someone needs to figure out how to drop all the JFK files into ChatGPT. Yeah, they're going to analyze them, man. I'm sure they'll analyze them, and we'll see if there's anything interesting. I mean, there's bound to be a few different things that are a few different. But we remember Biden. I mean, this is what they do. Look at what Biden did with the 9/11 stuff. Biden declassified 9/11 files, and it was like these very loose links of Saudi Arabia, like hinting at Saudi Arabia involvement, but it wasn't like the ultimate smoking gun Saudi Arabia involvement in 9/11. But it's like they'll drop stuff to try and keep people happy, but they never drop the actual real things. I mean, we'll see if there's more 9/11 stuff that gets released at some point. I would imagine people are going to focus on the Epstein stuff now. But it's at a certain point, people aren't going to have too much faith in the things that they declassify. What about Trump getting the judges impeached? Yeah, I mean, right now the Democrats have very, very little judicial power, or just power in general, in Congress to do anything. Republicans have both chambers. Republicans have the executive branch. And so this is really the only thing they can do to try and, or they could have shut down the government, but they didn't. That's why they got really mad at Schumer for endorsing that bill. But they just don't have much power. So this is like the one thing they have, where they've got these rogue liberal judges who just want to shut Trump down. Is there an Alberta meme going on Solana 50, or is it only? Yeah, but even if there was in Alberta, it really wouldn't. The 51st state coins are not doing well. I didn't even look, but it doesn't really make a ton of sense for me to buy one of those at this point. Suggest CIA knew of Oswald. Hint at mafia ties and second shooter with cover-up evidence released by Trump. They challenged the lone gunman story, sparking debate, but no clear answers yet. Oh, oh man. Did you hear this? Did you see the Harry Sisson drama? Yeah, I mean, look, with that kid, the problem with these liberals is a lot of their arguments are based on moral superiority. So they say they love women and all this stuff, and you know, this dude was extracting nudes from young liberal girls, which, all right, man, we understand it. You're a young dude. It's something guys do. We get it. But the problem is when they use this argument, it's like the moral superiority. And you're doing this, like, bro, come on. Come on, bro. Come on, dog. After JFK was assassinated, the Soviet Union feared a rogue U.S. general might launch a nuclear strike in retaliation. Well, yeah, the president got assassinated. I mean, you're looking for anyone to blame when that happens. And there's a lot of rapid reactions, just like after 9/11. AI definitely has to go through that. You're more looking forward to the Epstein files. Yeah, I mean, let's hope the Epstein files, they announce something on those really soon. Because I would like that coin to go up, honestly, so I can get out of it. How dare he objectify women? Well, I mean, you're a young guy, I get it, but then when you base your arguments off of, you know, why Democrats are better on, like, this feminist angle, I mean, bro, you're just, you know, using your clout to just play these women, which, I mean, that's women do that as well. They all have rosters. You know, it's not like what he's doing is I mean, it is what it is. It's just what happens. But when you start using it in an argument and then you don't, it's just like hypocritical. What's going on with SPX 2.0? You just gotta hold it, dude. It's gonna be a while if it happens. Those type of coins you just gotta hold, because SPX has to go back up before that coin's gonna do anything. The 2.0, but I'm just holding it, and then hopefully it does something. Well, we'll see if anyone has any updates on these files. Lee Harvey Oswald was known to be a poor shot, according to the new JFK files. He was a poor shot when he tried target firing in the USSR. And this whole thing is so ridiculous, but yeah, there probably are a lot of pages like this. This is what you get, though, with government releases. Do you think Trump intervention in the Middle East is wrong? Is that what it is? Well, it's there's just a disagreement with Israel, and there's a lot of money involved. There's a lot of money that's gone to Trump for his support of Israel. So when you're talking money and politics here, Trump is he's bound to Israel to a degree because of the amount of money he took from Jewish donors, and you've got the AIPAC influence as well. I mean, I don't necessarily think it's it's just not. There's no reason the United States should be involved with Iran. It's just not a issue that we have, but because of Israel, it's an issue for us now. But it's like, really, we can choose how much to care about it. Like, this stuff is going to happen in the Middle East either way. Jack Rubenstein. Thomas Crooks was also a poor shot. Dude, Thomas Crooks, the gun weighed more than Thomas Crooks. Thomas Crooks weighed like 110 pounds. It could... What about Trump reinstating 24,500 federal workers because of Judge? Did they force him to do that? They're trying to cut down on... They have to cut down on the amount of waste with all these employees, but you got to get around these judges. Thoughts on PVS? I'll take a look at it here in a second, man, in a little bit, once we get later into the stream. You're a new subscriber. Would I say I would consider myself a friend of Israel at all costs? No, man, no. Nuclear weapon at 70% enrichment, reactor for energy is 30% and regulated by international committee. Iran is at 60%. No, it's 90%. You have to get uranium enrichment to 90%. They're at 60%, but they can get there probably in a month. Have you ever tried futures trading in crypto? No, I haven't. I mean, you could honestly do futures. You could do futures trading and just play around with these tariffs. Like you know when the price is going to go down because of this shit. That's why I'm hoping a lot of this shit comes out so I can make these trades and get coins into stables. Get stable coins. Trump calls attacks on Tesla dealerships acts of domestic terrorism. Well, yeah, I saw this. Look at them overreact and refuse to buy Bud Light. That is what they said. They said Republicans were overreacting and it was bad. You're burning every Tesla to the ground because Elon Musk is a Nazi. Elon's a Nazi. Elon did a Roman salute. Have you started reading the files yet? No, I haven't. The files are going to be summarized by AI anyways. So many files. Yeah, and a lot of it's just junk. I mean, this is when they declassify this stuff, a lot of it's going to be useless. There's no point in reading it. You let other people read it, or you have it summarized. Have the pages copied and summarized. This is a good meme. I mean, some memes do illustrate. It's like, and it's not a false equivalency either when you think about it. I mean, you had the Bud Light stuff with the LGBT and the trans shit, and so the boycott happens. I mean, people buying Bud Light were Republicans. They didn't want to support it anymore. They didn't support that worldview. And Musk is trying to help the government. He's trying to help Trump. In response, they're not boycotting. They're destroying the fucking dealerships. Trump did an interview with Laura Ingraham on another Fox interview. Do you think 9/11 was an inside job? There's a lot of evidence on 9/11 being certain governments knowing about 9/11. This is stream 20. Dude, I think you might be miscounting the streams. This is seriously stream 23. I feel like you just double count. Like tomorrow it'll be 25. It might be 23. The thing is, remember I had to delete one of the streams, so I can't look back and see. One of the streams had to be deleted because of fucking X, and then I tried to remove something that was in the stream, but I accidentally deleted it. Double standard is crazy and pushes more people towards radical takes. Well, I mean, you're talking about the Israel double standard. Yeah, I mean, it's very revealing under Trump. There's 114 pages. No, I think there's 80,000. Did they say there was 80,000 pages total? Juan, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Dude, you just say that, and then that's the only thing you say, and then you leave it. It's interesting, but I appreciate it, man. No, it is. All right, man. I trust you. Trump did more interviews in 2 months than Biden did in 4 years. Well, he's taken more questions in the Oval Office in really like the first month than Biden took. I mean, when was Biden even in the Oval Office? Remember, they had to set Biden up with a makeshift Oval Office, like a fake studio office, because they didn't want it. They didn't want him in the White House. How about this Ohio weather? It was great. Yeah, the weather looks like it's going to be bad, though. Have you seen it? Like, holy, it's actually going to be colder. Today was really nice. Tomorrow was really nice. And then it's going to be colder than average all of next week, the end of this week, all of next week. $80K pages. That's what I heard. It was $80K pages. All right, we'll see what's going on with Trump. Oh yeah, I turned autoplay off. What's that, the new Mount Rushmore or some shit? It's like these drones are the last thing you see before you get bombed. Except they don't light up. It's just they're in the dark.
And we're going to stand by for splashdown located in the Gulf of America.
And that looks fake.
Off the coast of
It's not fake, but it just the water looks fake. Looks like a Windows 7 background.
Splashdown. Crew 9 back on Earth.
Meanwhile, it's because of Elon Musk. Everything he did with SpaceX, that those astronauts stranded for 9 months, they're finally coming home. Mr. President, your reaction to what's unfolding?
So when I came in office, I said, Elon, we got to get them out. You have a rocket ship handy? How many people have a rocket? And Biden left them up. He abandoned them. You know, we could have done this sooner, but Biden didn't want to because he was embarrassed by what happened. So they were up there. They were supposed to be there for a few days. They were there for many months. And now they're coming back. But think of it. Elon's able to do that with his genius. And you have people that hate it. And I really believe these are people that hate our country. It's a big problem. But, you know, there aren't so many of them.
And Trump's not saying that, like, as an exaggeration. No, liberals genuinely hate the country. They hate our founding fathers. They want the country to be changed. They want the culture to be changed. It's very important to emphasize that people that vote, and most of them all vote liberal, they do not like our country. They do not like the United States. They do not like our history. They do not like that, 99% of our presidents have been white. All of the founding fathers were white. They hate the fabric of the country, and they're voting.
There are many more that love our country, and they love our country now more than they have maybe ever in their lives. There's never been a movement like MAGA, like America First, call it whatever you want to call it. This is the greatest movement in the history of politics.
Did you guys see what happened to the Daily Wire? Jeremy Boring stepping down. What a fall from grace for them. Guys, I know the JFK files got released. It's 80,000 pages. It's going to be summarized by AI. We'll see what it ends up being. There's going to be some juicy stuff, I'm sure, but let's let it be summarized. And, we're not going to sit here and read through this. It's going to be a very boring thing. Only Trump can make leftists hate EVs. Yeah, look at Mark Kelly from Arizona. He exchanged his for a Tahoe, like 19 miles to the gallon. Trump talks about Canada. Is it just the same stuff over and over again? I mean, he says the same thing with Canada.
Lunatics are setting fire to Teslas all across the country. Another horrible incident happened in Las Vegas last night. The FBI is on the scene investigating, and there's an ongoing investigation being led by Pam Bondi. In what you've seen so far, do you consider what's happening an act of domestic political terrorism against one of your allies?
So Elon is a patriot. And again, I hardly knew Elon until the, election. And he turned out that he liked me better than he liked these radical lunatics that were in it, better than Kamala, better than Joe, because he's an intelligent person. And he backed me, and he went. And he got very much involved. He actually would go around saying, if Trump doesn't win, our country is over.
But do you consider this an act of domestic terrorism?
I think so.
Why?
I think that if and when they catch the people, and I hope they do, the good thing is they have a lot of cameras in those places, and they've caught some already having to do with that. I think that you will find out that they're paid by people that are very highly political on the left.
Pam Bondi is a joke. Did Pam Bondi say anything about this? These files being released? These are all the files. I mean, we'll see what they say. What happened with the Epstein documents? I appreciate that, Tristan. Yeah, the Epstein stuff is, we're waiting. They said there's going to be phase 2. There's been no update. They said recently that Kash Patel had to redact some things, but that there's going to be something that happens. I think they're going to announce another release, and it'll be phase 2. But yeah, I would expect there's not going to be a big reveal of anything with these Epstein files. Let's just say that. But I think they're going to release something. I don't know what it's going to be. Pembani didn't release them. Who the fuck did? Well, I just saw I just saw Tulsi like with the main tweet talking about how Trump did it with the link. I don't know. She probably tweeted about it. JFK files confirmed Kennedy is dead. It's a big update. Yeah, Jeremy Boring became hated by a lot of people. Nobody ever gave a flying fuck about Jeremy Boring. It was always Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens, Brett Cooper, Walsh, Knowles. Yeah, I mean, he was, what was he, the CEO or something? You're a grown-ass man, you call yourself the God Lord or some shit? Just odd, man. Did you make two? No, I made about a 3.5x off of that coin. I made about a 3.5x off that JFK coin. That, honestly, that's for me. That's you'll take that. You'll take that. If they have the files now, why are they waiting so long to release them? I don't know. I mean, they said they have to redact certain things. Who knows? It's Daily Wire is dead. Yeah, this really what killed the Daily Wire was this war with Israel and Palestine. Brock summed it up and said what we know already. I know it's just as it is. So there's nothing new, you're saying, from the AI? We need the Epstein coin to pop up. Yeah, I agree. I'm still holding it. I mean, I'm hoping for around a 4x off of it. Well, actually, no. I'm hoping it goes back up to 400k, which would be like a 2x for me. But right now, it's at like 100k. Yeah, I mean, you know what? With Shapiro and really all those people at the Daily Wire, the war is really revealing. I mean, it's very much Israel for it first. So, I mean, and if you have ties to Israel, and I mean, I guess it's understandable, but it's kind of hard to have this modern right wing point of view when you think this way about a foreign. You can't. It's impossible to have like a modern America first right wing point of view when you think this way about a foreign country. That Epstein coin has to be eating your opportunity cost. Yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't want to hold it for this long. Nobody knew that was going to be botched that badly, though. I mean, it was botched horribly. I should have front ran it, obviously, when it was higher, but nobody knew that was going to be botched like that, man. How much you got tied up in coins? I haven't even looked at my trading portfolio, about 10,000. My trading portfolio is about 10k. My actual portfolio, honestly, is it's down significantly. I'll say that. I don't know what it's at, man. My trading portfolio used to be like, there was a time when it was like 50, 60k, but I mean, this is what happens in crypto. Having allies isn't right wing, bro. Come on, man. That's not what this is. That's not what this relationship is with Israel and ally. I mean, we just do whatever the fuck they want. Come on, man. And in a place that we've wasted so much money already. I mean, we've wasted so much money in the Middle East. Like even the arguments like against what I'm saying, it's like, oh, they're just an ally. It's not an accurate representation. I mean, yeah, they're an ally, but it's very one-sided. Who's your pick for the Final Four? It's Houston, Texas Tech, Duke, Auburn. So it's 3-1 seeds. I just want to get, I need Houston. That's a thing. I need Houston. You enjoy Alberta, Greenland videos. Did you spot the comments on your Alberta video today? A lot of Albertans want to join the U.S. I was surprised. I don't look at comments, honestly, man. But listen, there's going to be a lot of people. There's a vocal, I would say vocal minority in Alberta that probably wants to join. That's what I would say. But it could get louder. Like I said, it could get louder. I laid it out with the election happening. They're going to be very angry if the Liberal government stays in power. They're going to be very angry if these tariffs crush them. There's an opening maybe with Alberta. We'll have to see, man. You ever dig into the USS Liberty? Should I crack open I mean, I know of it, yeah, but I haven't extensively researched it. I don't know. I mean, I know other people have talked about it. We don't need to escalate war with Iran. Well, Israel's going to do that, and we're like proxy supporting them. That's the problem. For something as severe as the Epstein files, these stunts with influencers are reckless because you're playing around and covering up for a serial rapist. Yeah, I mean the files, the release of that, I don't know. I still haven't gotten an explanation on why that was done. It made no sense in the way that those were released. I don't know if it was a miscommunication on what the files actually contained, but it was really bad. Crack open a sparkling water. No, I got this Propel. I found it. I didn't even know I had it. Yeah, Propel is decent. It kind of tastes like shit after a little while, though. This is grape flavor. Grape flavor Propel. If it was up to you, would you give money to Ukraine or Israel? Well, Ukraine, it's strictly based on strategy. With Ukraine, we want them to enter a ceasefire agreement, and certainly there's a stipulation to where they'll probably only enter that agreement as if they get assurances from the United States to still fund them. And you might say, well, why would we still fund them in a ceasefire? Because it's not the peace deal. The peace deal still has to be signed. And and American support for Ukraine is everything for them during negotiations. They need American support. So yeah, we are still supporting Ukraine. At least we were when they initially agreed to that ceasefire, because they need our support during negotiations. Drinking Lost and Found. It was in my trunk. This Propel was in my trunk for probably like 6 months or something. I remembered it was in there. I was like, I don't have much to drink. I gotta go get that. Because when I stream, I want something to drink. Am I sponsored by Propel? No, my sponsored by Israel and Russia. You think Charlie Kirk is a Mossad asset? Charlie Kirk is, he said some things. He's trying to keep up the whole Holy Land facade with Israel, and it's just... And you would think after a certain point, I mean, he does those... I guess those get a lot of views, when you have those debates with the kids. But it's like, at what point do you outgrow that. I guess he you know, he helps turn younger kids Republican. How come the Putin phone call was long? Well, that's it was. Did they report it was like an hour long or something? Drinking plastic water isn't the best. Yeah, plastic. Certainly, it's not the best. This is like hardened plastic. It's a little bit better. Putin might want the Russian Empire back, but he's so obviously not going to turn it communist like the USSR and what libs say. He's right when he says Russia and Ukraine are one race. Well, I think it would be very hard for him to get it fully back, just based off of their performance right now. But, I mean, all the countries that were previously a part of it, they would be able to win single wars against those countries. Russia would be, that were previously a part of the Soviet Union that are now independent. But you really can't trust what Putin says, obviously. But, like, in terms of this, we're just trying to find some solution to, because it really has been useless. It's been useless killing the last year and a half or so. Useless in the sense to where neither side is making a ton of progress. They seemingly are kicking it into high gear now because they want leverage. So there's a lot of dead air tonight. Gavin Newsom had Tim Walz on his podcast. Yeah, what is that really going to do for Newsom? But did you see what Walz said? He's like, I'm gonna fight Republicans, literally fight them. These people are just.
Have they figured it out that the identity piece of this is more important than the actual substance behind it?
Well, they've been doing it for decades. I mean, we've saw the welfare queens. We've seen the Southern strategy. We've seen it over and over. It's an old playbook, and we're as dumb as we want to be that we allow them to do this with CRT and ESG and DEI and every three-letter word.
And then they demonize people.
Yeah, demonize, and they weaponize grievance. They other people. They talk down to people, past people. They humiliate people. They weaponize difficult issues. But the bottom line is, and I think it goes back to what we
Newsom is about to cry in this.
Began with, is, and I applaud you for this, is we
crying.
Cannot continue to be on the defense reacting to this. We've got to go on the offense. We got to meet people where they are. But I also think this, and this is where, this is part of the conversation I'm trying to have, is you got to respect people you disagree with, even, and you can't just dismiss people. This
How do you fight it?
And well, this
I
notion
think
of
I could kick most of their ass. I do think that if they want to do it. I know I can outrun them, but I don't know if we're going to fall into that place where we want to. Okay, we challenge you to a WWE fight here type of thing.
No, but it's a natural reaction. I think it's one of the reasons we're losing so many men. And again, it's multi-ethnic. It's not just white men. We're losing them. We're losing them to these guys online. We're losing them people that I'm bringing on this podcast as well. That's why I brought.
These are bad guys, though. These are bad guys.
But they exist, and we could deny they exist. They exist.
What is he talking about? Steve Bannon? Charlie Kirk? Really?
Not only they exist, they persist, and they're actually influencing young kids every single day.
How do we push some of those guys back under a rock?
I think we have to first understand.
Yeah, silence them. These people learn nothing, man.
What their motivations are. I think we have to understand what they're actually doing.
Walz has such a prehistoric way of thinking. At least Newsom is trying to do the whole charade of like change opinions, change minds. Walz is just, it's like the boomer liberal. These are all racist people who cause harm, so we have to silence them.
I think that's racism and misogyny.
I think there's a lot of that, but I don't think it's exclusively that. When you talk to a guy like Steve Bannon,
yeah, Walz is just such a dumbass. I mean,
he talks about working folks, and he talks about how we hollowed out the industrial core of this country.
But he
I
denied.
understand that.
Oh,
but,
he denies the election.
We can dismiss
Oh my God.
the notion of election
God, he's a
denialism. We can
terrorist.
completely dismiss what he did on January 6th, but I don't think you can dismiss what he's saying. Reminds me a lot of what Bernie Sanders was saying. Reminds me a lot of what Democrats said 20, 30 years ago.
Walz making, yeah, that's why Newsom had him on. Newsom had Walz on to make him look, dude, Walz is this boomer liberal. It's like, oh man. There's no, I'd like to see Walz on the debate stage in a Dem primary, honestly, I really would. Newsom is a fake moderate. Well, that's this whole show. That's the whole idea. And all these Democrats are doing it, dude. This grift where it's like, maybe we shouldn't have women in men's bathrooms. I'm Republican. I'm agreeable now. You do have access to tampons wherever you go. Yeah, if you're in Minnesota, you would. Remember that? It's funny how like a smear works like that with the tampon stuff. Bannon is gonna win. Bannon on the debate stage. Bannon wants to run against Vance. He probably will for like his show's publicity. You know? Tim Walz isn't liberal. He's a far left communist advocating for that shit. Only communist regimes start like that. I mean, but he's just, I think you're giving him too much credit. I think he's just really naive and ignorant and just, they're all racist, silence them. Like, he's just like, you know, that's like a liberal line of thinking from like 2017. Imagine a debate with Steve Bannon and Tim Walz. Yeah, Tim Walz would get like, he'd start crying again. Jack Ruby met Oswald before Oswald shot JFK. Was that part of the released thing? Are you sure it's not Rosie O'Donnell in disguise? Bannon does have a... Bannon needs to do something to differentiate himself. I can't even talk. Differentiate himself from Rosie. Yeah, I got into this coin, guys. You take a look at this coin that I got into. I got into the Knox coin. I got into the Knox coin, and the Knox coin is up since I got into it. So, yeah, we're hoping that the Fort Knox stuff gets revealed soon, so we get like a 5 or a 6x on this. Do you think the Dems will be able to put up a fight in the midterms and in the 2028 election? You know, it's early, but it's a general question since Dems don't have a leader. Yeah, I mean, the midterms, those are all more local races anyway, so it's going to come down to the economy for Trump, I think. That's what it'll come down to in the midterms. They'll keep the Senate for sure. The House is iffy. But they'll probably keep the House, I would say, right now, if I had to predict. But, because, yeah, the Democrats do not have a leader. Yeah, nice call on the Knox coin. Well, the Knox coin, I think, is if we get a 4 or 5x on it, we just need it. We just need them to visit, or just not even the visit. We need them to say when they're visiting, because once it gets in the news, then it goes back up, and then when they actually visit, it'll go down. But we sell when it goes up to like 400 or 500. You should have gotten to AutoPen. Did it go up even more or no? I mean, yeah, I know it went up, but you would think that it would peter out. Yeah, it petered out. But it did go up to like 2 million. But those coins have no staying power, that's the problem. Stop buying Solana shitcoins. Yeah, but you have to do it if you want to. You have to do these trades to get capital. Because I don't want to invest more capital. I don't want to invest more of my own YouTube money or anything like that. So I'm trying to generate more capital through these trades is what I'm trying to do. Is this coin on Kraken? Dude, this is a pure shit coin. it's a news-based coin. What we do is we buy these coins and then they get talked, the event gets talked about and then you sell. Here, I'll give you an example. Let me give you an example. So I bought this coin and we'll do 4 hours. So I bought this coin somewhere like right here. I mean, obviously it would have been better to buy down here, but I bought this coin somewhere, somewhere in here, and then I sell right here. You're buying here, you're selling here, wait for it to get into the news, and then, I mean, obviously if you bought here, you're fucked, but let it peter out after an initial run, buy it, and then it gets into the news, and then sell it when it gets into the news. And then when the news drops, it's going to tank. It's going to get just obliterated. I've done it with Grok 3. I've done it with this coin. I would have done it with Epstein. But the problem with Epstein is it was such a failure of I mean, I could have made a 7 or an 8x off of Epstein. This coin's down again. Well, they need to announce something. They need to announce something. I need to go back up to at least these, back to 400K or some shit. But when did I buy this coin? I bought it like right here, and then I could have sold it up here. Pull up the first 4 score. I mean, that's a 16v16, brother. That's a St. Francis PA game, right? Mars coin. I haven't bought it yet. I'm hoping it goes down so I can get an entry, but I mean, I don't have the capital to buy it, even because I had to redistribute the money that I made off of the RFK files coin. I redistributed it in other coins that I like on Solana. There is a Mars coin. There's a good Mars coin, dude, that I want to get into. It's on Ethereum, but they've got it bridged to Solana and BNB. But I have to make money like through these trades to be able to get into it. That's the problem. For the LGBT abortion shit, they mentioned those issues wouldn't be issues if they allowed churches to have to say alongside tax makers rather than the whole secularism bullshit. Yeah, well, I mean, the abortion stuff, it's always such a it's a moral issue. It is a moral issue. It's how do you value life and the creation of life? Then they always turn it into this one scenario that happens, one time in Texas, and it's how do you argue that? You're arguing things that barely happen. You're buying coins too late. No, I'm not buying coins too late. I didn't buy these coins too late. That's not the problem. The problem is if you don't sell them quick enough. I mean, okay, obviously this one you can say I definitely bought it too late, but even still, I would have had a 2 or a 3x. But normally I'm able to identify them pretty early. Like, look at my entry on the Nox coin. My entry is amazing. I mean, my entry was 97K. It's like right here. Now, hopefully it doesn't, continue to retrace, but if you got a 90K entry here, it gets talked about, boom, there's a 4 or a 5x right there. Think about it. You got your property tax bill yesterday, unbelievable. You live in the country, no clean water, sewer, sidewalk, curb, gutter, fire, or police protection, no street lighting. You do have a tar highway. What was the rate? Property taxes, they might be getting eliminated in certain Republican states. I don't know if they can do it for every state. But a lot of that is just, how do you buy coins on Dex Screener? You're going to lose money, man. If you're a new person in this, it's not going to go well. There's no point. I don't recommend new people to onboard because it's not worth it. You're just going to end up losing money. Most of these coins, it's very luck based, but even buying them at a certain price, selling them at a certain price. I mean, I lose money on them myself. Sometimes I make money, sometimes I lose money, but I just have to hit, all I have to hit is a 10x on one, or is it no, it'd be like a 20x on one, and I'll be fine if I do. Is the North Tower your favorite Lego set? No, it's not my favorite Lego set. I mean, it's a sweet Lego set. Thomas Massey tweets, check them. We're not doing that again, man. Why don't you have you must have your notifications turned on for Thomas Massey. Do you like Tulsi for VP? Let's see how well she does. I mean, she hasn't done much yet, so it's like you can say based off of balancing the ticket, yeah, she'd be decent. But I mean, the VP to me is not a huge impact. But I think someone like Don Jr. I think would be a bad choice for VP, like someone like that. But whether it's Tulsi or Rubio, I don't. Have you heard of the stories of women who abuse of the abortion clinics and are repeat customers? If you are having abortions back to back to back, it should be a very rare situation. Not oh yeah, no, that's horrible behavior. You know, even having one of them is really bad, but just a total disregard for human creation. Epstein files will be a bunch of blacked out lines. Yeah, I don't disagree with you, but you know, I'm looking at it from the strategy of getting out of this coin, and so I need the hype to get back up. So Bondi's going to come out and say something at some point. Hopefully, it's soon, because we have these. You know, I'm telling you guys, we have these tariffs coming up on the 2nd of April, and when those hit, we're probably going to see another retracement. So that's why I'm trying to get certain things into stable coins in case it happens. But I would like this Epstein shit to come out before then, so I could make money off of it, instead of it just going down with everything else because of the reciprocal tariffs that are going on. Who would be the Dem nominee in the 2028 elections? Yeah, I would go with someone like Jon Stewart. I think Jon Stewart would fit them very well. It's going to be the working middle class, so white people, that's what they're trying to appeal to. So it would be someone like Stewart. You can't really predict it right now because he doesn't really say he wants to run. But to me, I think Stewart by far is their best option from what I see, from everyone that I see that they're thinking about. Are you in favor or not of Trump disregarding court orders if they are obvious overreach? Well, obviously, I'm fine with Trump doing that. Remember, they don't have much power. The Democrats have very little power. This is like the one thing that they have in terms of trying to delay Trump's administration. These are activist type judges who are paid by the Democrats, who are incentivized to try and hold up Trump any means possible. So you've got these gang members. They're trying to turn them back. I mean, this is also ridiculous. These are gang members. They need to be deported. They're being deported to a maximum security prison. And like the idea that you would objectify to that, like what even position are the Democrats is that party taking? I don't understand. You don't want those people to be deported? And then it's like, oh, you broke the law. I mean, no, they used the law from 1978. Andrew Cuomo groping scandals dropped once he legalized marijuana in New York. Now he's running for mayor. Yeah, he's probably going to win. Just based off of name recognition. Those local races, man. They love their name recognition. Didn't Cash Patel say months ago on podcast that he was going to release the Epstein list and nothing happened? Yeah, but that's what people always do. I mean, Trump said he was going to end the Russia-Ukraine war in a day. It's exaggeration to prove a point that you're putting a high emphasis on something. Doesn't mean it's going to happen on day one. Were the JFK files released? Yeah, they were. There's about 80,000 pages. We'll see if they end up. There's going to be summaries of this, and you guys, I'm sure, can look it up. I'm not obviously going to read through the entire thing. JFK Jr. called Biden a traitor. Yeah, Biden's been in politics for 50 years. Anything you can show Trump with Putin? Did Trump do an interview with Putin? Or not an interview, did he do an interview where he talked about it?
How can we trust that Vladimir Putin actually wants that, in that he's not also being influenced at the same time by his close friend, President Xi of China?
Well, look, we have our own discussions with President Xi of China, and he wants to get along also, and he's looking to get along, and we're looking to get along with him, and we will. We have a problem of trade where we have a very big imbalance with China. With Russia, we don't have that much trade, and they'd like to, and we'd like to also. They have some very valuable things for us, including very big forms of rare earth. They have a lot of earth. You know, they have a big chunk of real estate, the biggest, actually the biggest in the world for a country, by far. And
he's hinting at a minerals deal with Russia.
On that, they have things that we could use, frankly, and that other people could use. I think that President Xi would like to get along, and I think Russia wants to get along with the United States. I also think we're a much different country than we were just a few months ago. We're a country.
How?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a lot of lip service from Trump. Nate, you asked me about my coin. Yeah, I made like a 3.5x off of that, honestly. I got out of it this morning. You know, I had to get out of it just because I'm not going to deal with that again. I'm not going to deal with it. They didn't meet up. Yeah, they had a phone call. You don't think you're flying Delta anymore? Yeah, there's so many situations with these planes. I mean, we are also paying attention more to them, but there's problems, and this is all DEI stuff as well. If you look into some of these pilots, it's real bad. These are all quotas, and it's just it's hurting trust in flying. Fed prediction tomorrow, they're not going to change it. It's not going to change, man. They're keeping them the same. I think they're going to lower them on, I think it's May 7th is the next one. I think it's a 99% chance when I saw. I mean, maybe there's a 1%, because inflation came in lower than expected, but they said they wanted inflation at 2.0%. It's like 2.7 right now, 2.6. Trump's main problem is somehow winning against court orders, where if he violates them, Dems will use that as impeachment fuel. If he doesn't, then his agenda is stuck. I mean, but what fuel do they have to impeach Trump? They've got no actual authority to do it. They don't have Congress. I mean, I guess we'll have to see what happens with the midterms, but none of this would be impeachment worthy of what Trump is doing. I mean, obviously Democrats think everything Trump does is impeachment worthy. They're like 5-year-olds. They tried impeaching him for that Ukraine stuff back in 2019, that phone call he had. Now we've come full circle on Ukraine, isn't it funny? Glad you made some money. Yeah, I finally had a semi-successful trade. I'm trying to parlay it into another decent trade. We'll see if I'm able to do it. Smoking chicken fish SCF. I'll take a look at something like that. SCF. 3.4 million. That's a little high for me, man. You know, when I see a coin that's something like this, I get a little nervous. Yeah, this thing's bottomed out. No, you got a good one here. I'd have to check the telly, check the Telegram, check the socials, see how active it is. See if there's still people putting time into it. You got a runner. I mean, that's not a great story though, man. This thing went to 125 to 3 million. I've seen worse though. I've seen worse. If there's another run, I mean, this coin will probably do well. It's like this coin should really share the wealth a little bit. How does a coin like this go to 100 million and some of my coins can't even get to like 700K? You know, I was looking at that Grok 4. I was looking at Grok 4. It looks like Grok 4 is going to release probably in August from what I see. So that'll be something to front run as well. I think it's a 60K market cap. I'm waiting for it to go lower though. I think it'll go lower. It's been falling recently. The Grok 4 coin, the DeepSeek coin is another one I'm looking at. There's gonna be a new DeepSeek model. I don't know if they have a number one model. No, they don't have any of that, but allegedly Harry Sisson manipulated 11 women. Yeah, I discussed that earlier. I mean, listen, you know, he's a young kid, but it's like when you have this thought of moral superiority over Republicans because, ooh, you respect women and then you manipulate them like this. It's just a hypocritical thing. Win a trip to Mars? This is false advertising. Am I reading this? Elon Musk wrote this or some shit? What's your net worth? I mean, it's hard. I mean, it's nothing crazy, man. It was trending let's just say it was trending in a good direction. Now it's falling back down. D-MAGA PTSD. Well, D-MAGA just didn't fucking move. I mean, I should have sold D-MAGA on election night, but I was busy. Robinhood has gambling? Do they seriously? Is that was a Robinhood ad? They probably all have gambling, man. I mean, you know how this is. Like, thoughts on Trump's daughter running for presidency in 2028? Ivanka? You know what? I have heard a few people say that. Ivanka Trump. Yeah, I mean, we're going to do this with... I have heard some people say that, though. So this might be the big news from it. Jack Ruby allegedly met with Lee Harvey Oswald at a nightclub weeks before JFK was killed, according to a CIA memo. If you were theoretically offered a spot on a mission to Mars, would you go? To Mars? I mean, that would be sweet, man, to step foot on another planet. It would be really cool. But I mean, there's no way they would, you know, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense to offer. So, I mean, you have to have a good protocol and everything like that. I mean, yeah, I'd probably go. He literally made a video on election night saying America failed its daughters and mothers, and then proceeded to do that. The day after the assassination, Gary Underhill left Washington in a hurry. He was very agitated. A small clique within the CIA was responsible for the assassination, he confided. That just come out? Sean, I appreciate it. The whale. The whale enters. The whale has landed. Remember the other whales? Well, that's huge news if that came out. No. Oh, I'm sure people have seen this clip, but this is a really bad look for Schumer. Really bad.
And you know what their attitude is? I made my money all by myself. How dare your government take my money from me? I don't want to pay taxes. Or, I built my company with my bare hands. How dare your government tell me how I should treat my customers, my the land and water that I own, or my employees? They hate government. Government's a barrier to people, a barrier to stop them from doing things. They want to destroy it. We are not letting them do it, and we're united.
Okay.
Good. But like, it's just such a bad communicator. He's like dissing libertarianism. He's like, they want to be free. We're not going to let them. I mean, that's what it sounds like. I know what he's saying, but it just comes off so bad. We're not. They're trying to be free. They're trying. We're not going to allow them to be free. We will. It's just, even if you're a liberal, that just comes off so terrible. He just does not articulate his point properly. It was just worded horribly. Predictions for 2026 midterms, particularly, you think Dems will retake the House? It's way too early. There's so many races in the House, it's impossible to call. I would say it's basically 50-50, but as long as Trump's economy does... Look, this is just what happens with Trump, right? So does the economy turn around within the period of time to where the midterms are in 2026, and the war situation, you don't want another war happening, you want the wars to be diffused... It just depends on what happens with Trump. There's no way you can predict that right now, man. He's like, people want to be free. They want to be able to do whatever they want. We're the government. We're not going to let them. And then there's just mass applause. Like, I mean, I guess you could understand what he was trying to say. Like, everyone has to pitch in or whatever. But even the Democrats, you would think that's really not what they would do, because when you talk about people having that viewpoint, that's not billionaires saying that. It's more people that are poor or middle class that would say that. Normally Democrats would say, like, yeah, you should have more money. We need to tax the rich people more. Schumer didn't even say that. He's just like, no, you must pay. You cannot be free. It's just such a horrible way to articulate a point. You correctly predicted Trump would pick J.D. Vance as his running mate. You correctly predicted Trump over Harris. Now you're predicting that Gavin Newsom will be the next president. Have you seen Gavin Newsom's approval rating? I guess it's early, but Gavin Newsom is not liked by a lot of people, and he has the liberal West Coast elitism thing on him. Second assassination just confirmed in JFK doc reveal. CIA funded the operation with dark money operation, paid Mafia $25K to eliminate Oswald. Well, that's huge news if it ends up being, to confirm it. I mean, a lot of people suspected that based off of the investigation and the actual assassination. Remember when U.S. aid protesters were knocking on the doors demanding to be let in so they could spend more taxpayers' money? Yeah. They were like, let us in. Who are you? We want to spend more money. We want to... You missed a super chat? I don't think I missed a super chat, did I? I don't think so, man. Yeah, when you say Gavin Newsom, it's got to be a bit of rage bait there. Well, it's just too early to even care. Would Trump have won with Doug Burgum? Well, Burgum certainly wouldn't be the next in line, I'll tell you that. But yeah, I don't think the VP had a crazy... I mean, certainly when Trump wins every swing state, he wins a popular vote. You could choose a lot of different VPs, and Trump would be fine in terms of winning. Vance did help him a little bit. Is it my imagination, or does Newsom actually get crushed routinely whenever he goes head-to-head in debate with anyone on the right? He's actually really bad at it. It's just your perspective, dude. Debates are all... It's all, like, the right-wing people are going to say that... This is how it always works with debates. The right-wing people are going to say the right-wing guy won. The left-wing people are going to say the left-wing person won. I mean, his debate against DeSantis, I thought DeSantis... Well, I didn't watch a lot of that debate, but, you know, there were a lot of people that said Newsom performed well. Some people said DeSantis performed well. Like, Newsom has a way in terms of he does have a decent ability to articulate things. It does seem like he has some self-awareness to understand that the Democratic Party is going into a bad area. So he's doing this whole grift to where he's calling them out and saying we can't do this and trying to appeal to independents more. What do you think about the spending on Israel, and have you seen what's in the Talmud? Yeah, I've seen it where it says about where Jesus is burning and stuff. I've seen all of that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of the spending on Israel. I mean, but this is just what Trump is going to do. I mean, he's taking money from some certain people, and so there's a loyalty there with Israel. So hopefully the situation diffuses with Iran. And when it comes to what happens to Gaza and the West Bank, I think those people are probably going to be removed, honestly. I mean, how is there a two-state solution? How does that even work? Just with their current borders, it just doesn't work. But I mean, that's just more stuff we're going to have to talk about in terms of Trump and the Israel stuff. So it's just an entanglement. Have you seen the Josh Mandel stuff on Twitter? The guy predicted 84K Bitcoin on March 14th, 2025. Got it right over a year ago, literally on the day. Really? 84. I mean, that's a pretty good prediction. It's kind of it's a little bit random. I mean, it is understandable to predict around 84K like a year ago today to predict. How could the U.S. citizens ever trust the CIA or FBI again after learning the information about JFK files? The CIA was working with the mob to have Jack Ruby kill Oswald, so the case is shut. Yeah, well, I mean, there's very little trust in, especially with what happened to Trump, either the CIA or the FBI. That's why they have Patel in now, supposedly, to clean it up. We'll see what he ends up doing. A federal judge just blocked banning transgenders from the military. They got to do something about these judges. Trump was able to implement that back in, when was it, 2018, when he blocked them. Who would actually rebuild Gaza? Is there nobody that will do it? Yeah, the Arab states want to do it. Want to do it. It would be United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia. They've all got money. They would do it. I think they've pitched like around a $50 billion proposal to rebuild it instead of the United States. Do you think that there should be term limits on presidential terms? Well, I mean, you know, the presidential term limits, it's understandable why they're in place. I get it. But it is a thing to where you're going to get better the more you do the job. But it's one of those things. Do we really want to have someone lead for? I mean, you could argue with Trump, but he's too old, I think. We can't let Iran get a nuke, though. Well, supposedly they're getting pretty close. But the thing is Trump did rip up that deal to where they were not going to have a nuke in exchange for no sanctions. And Trump ripped it up back in 2018. Now they want to do a new deal. Alex Mason from COD. Did you see the guy who predicted Trump getting shot in the air months before it happened? Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Didn't that same guy predict the economy would be... I mean, but those people predict so much, I really don't buy into that. But he predicted the economy there'd be turmoil and then it would turn around within like a year, which I think is what's going to happen, honestly. Trump bombing Yemen was stupid. Well, that was a international situation. That is a shipping lane. It's not just for Israel. You understand that? That's connected to the Mediterranean Sea, the Red Sea. It's connected to the Mediterranean Sea. It's connected to... I mean, if there's problems in the Red Sea in terms of ships getting shot at, global trade is going to be affected pretty significantly because they're going to have to go all the way around Africa. So, I mean, but obviously they're doing it in the name of Iran. Thoughts on the SWAT still going on? Are there seriously people still getting swatted? I hadn't seen anyone the past few days. Thoughts on Dodgers Cubs Tokyo series? You think it's dumb to have regular season games during spring? Yeah, and it's really early as well. But this is the charade that they do. And the games are on at 6 a.m. It is what it is. Those games are always low scoring. They're always really boring anyways when they play those games like this early. Doesn't even seem like a real... It seems like an exhibition, basically. No, the JFK files got released. They did get released. They got released right before I started streaming. People were wondering... Gulf of America. Yeah, Trump had this map. Splashing down in the Gulf of America. They landed in the Gulf of America. NASA astronauts stranded in space for more than 9 months have splashed down in the Gulf of America. Wow. The Gulf of America. There it is. St. Francis versus Alabama State game. Who ended up winning that game? Thoughts on the media not reporting on Christians slaughtered in Syria? Well, it's just constant war in the Middle East, unfortunately. I mean, that's terrible what's happening in Syria. But when you have a regime change, it normally gets worse. Yeah, I got this here, I'll show you guys what I tweeted this video.
Congratulations, sir. I tell you what, your work ethic is inspiring.
He's like, congratulations. I tell you what, your work ethic is inspiring. He's like, we got this. It's just a big ass fucking font with the Gulf of America. You see this? You see what we did? This is impressive, the Gulf of America. And then Conor McGregor's like, congratulations, sir. Thank you. Look at this, Border Patrol apprehensions. This is show these numbers to people when they talk about Trump not deporting people. This is actually a historic low. Like, this is the lowest it's ever been. This is lower than 2020. Lower than the COVID shutdown. This is border apprehensions. That means people are not coming across the border at all. Did Pam Bondi talk about the Epstein files at all? There's a Pam Bondi statement. There hasn't been a Pam Bondi statement. Can you play the clip of Trump and Conor McGregor? I do like this clip.
Congratulations, sir. I tell you what, your work ethic is inspiring.
Congratulations. He's like, look at that. Look at what we did. And it's just a giant ass Gulf of America. Congratulations, sir. This is a huge moment in U.S. history. Your work ethic is inspiring. The whale enters with a $2 donation. Oh, man. You're killing me with these donations. Just wait for me to up the minimum donation to $10. You're screwed then. I don't even think I can do that, honestly. I don't think I can up the minimum donation. I wonder what happened to that coin, because there's some big information on the JFK files. Nah, it doesn't matter. It's still tanked. Even with the big information. It's just sell the news. It's always sell the news. 80,000 total pages. People thought we weren't going to get them. Alabama State hit a game winner. Really? Damn. DeepSeek you have DeepSeek #1. You really use DeepSeek? You're a Chinese agent, bro. Come on with DeepSeek. You like DeepSeek? I don't know, man. Chat GPT #2, literally anything else #3, Grok #4. I use Chat GPT mainly. I don't use DeepSeek, man. Do you think McGregor fights again? I don't know. I thought he was into politics now. Hopefully the JFK files have more information than the Warren Commission, which was tasked with the investigation of the JFK assassination. Well, how about the 9/11 report? I wonder how much stuff they left out. I mean, obviously they left out certain things. A lot of things. These donations are blowing up my tax bracket. Yeah, my tax bracket is, I'm gonna have to pay a lot of taxes. We're gonna have to do that. You know, I paid some recently, like a month ago. I paid like a third of it. And then the taxes are due, you know, in April. Did you read the files? Well, no, they came out when I was streaming. People have given me information on them, though. Talking about Jack Ruby having already have met Lee Harvey Oswald like 2 weeks before the assassination. Seems to be a load of redacted in the new dump. I mean, that shouldn't surprise anyone, especially if there's 80,000 pages. There's another DeepSeek coming out. I don't know when it is coming out. There's a new version. It's like 2.5, I think. I think it's coming out in like maybe August or something. There was a betting site that I saw it on, but it wasn't Polymarket. I don't know. It's like a different site. Yeah, this was Tulsi's tweet. They're hiding the Israel connection. Yeah, with both of these events, they are, obviously. No tax on donations. Yeah, basically, it's the same thing as tips. It is. But I get taxed by YouTube on this shit. That's the problem. YouTube takes a lot. Because I guess it costs money to fund streaming, like being able to stream. Because technically, I stream for free. But, you know, to be able to stream to you guys, it costs some shit. And then they take a certain amount of the donations. Certain percentage. Is my net worth over 2 million? No, my net worth's not over 2 million, man. We don't want all of Canada, only the conservative parts. Yeah, and also British Columbia, probably, because we'd have to take them. I mean, if we, unless you just want Saskatchewan and Alberta, I guess. I saw that. That's a crazy projection. 2.9% GDP growth for Q1. I saw a projection on GDP. That's why they were talking about recession. It was like minus 2.5. New York Fed forecast basically plus 2.7 GDP growth. Those are insane numbers based off of the market. Is it censoring Palestine nuclear? No, it's not. ARPL? No, it's not. For every dollar, how much does YouTube take? They take like I think 33% in terms of donations. Saskatchewan, Alberta, Northern Territories. Well, you'd need Nunavut. That's the main one with the Arctic. Alabama State game winner.
Seconds left, and here we go. This is where dreams are made. They're going for it all. Simpson, home run play, the deflection. Oh! Layup!
Dude, someone said it was a half-court shot. What are we going to do about Pam Bondi not keeping her promises? Well, Trump's already endorsed her anyways. He said she's doing a great job. So I really don't think anything's happening to Pam Bondi. And they'll probably release some bullshit, you know, with the Epstein stuff. They have to bring something out to try and save it. But it's not going to be anything special. But I know they're going to bring something out. So that's why I still have the coin. Here, look at this. We got 1,200 people in this bracket challenge. That's a good amount, man. I'm happy with the amount of people. Gonna be hard to win that for sure. Is that the WNBA? You think that's the WNBA, really? That's March Madness. A lot of MAGA is racist and doesn't like sports. Come on, RB. RB, don't have a temper tantrum again. Don't be sour tonight, man. Come on, man. People don't like sports. They think it's useless. They think it's sports ball. Yeah, the bracket challenge is free, man. You're gonna win the bracket? I doubt it, bro. I doubt it. You want your 10 XRP? I'll probably have to purchase the damn things, but I'll send them to you if you want it. Give me your XRP wallet. I'll give you your 10 XRP. They'll be worth, you would think it goes to $100. I mean, they'll be worth $1,000 then. XRP goes to $100. You know about Michael Saylor's new Bitcoin Ponzi thing? Even Bitcoin maxis are freaking out because of how bad it looks. I mean, what happened to it, to MicroStrategy? They changed the name of it. What do you think about Arab and other countries refusing to evacuate Gaza civilians when Trump asked them to? Israel is stupid and evil, but so are those other countries. Oh, I completely agree with you. Yeah, they're just not cooperate. There's no cooperation in the Middle East with any. I mean, those countries hate the United States. So you're going to get very little cooperation. It just makes the situation even harder to deal with. But obviously they'll say, no, this is our land. We're not going to help evacuate. And so that you get into the whole thing with they don't want to leave their own land. You can't do this. Stopped watching sports with the whole BLM. The BLM was out of control, man. Yeah, that's understandable. That was crazy, but that wasn't all college sports. I think it was mainly pros. I think it was mainly NBA, NFL. But you're right, it was kind of everywhere. The winner of this group, the group gets to choose the next coin you invest in. Well, if the winner like knows about crypto, they can choose what coin I should put a few $100 into if they want. But it's gonna be probably some bullshit thing. That's terrible. Your refusal to get a mic is an attempt at branding. What do you mean I have a mic? This is like $150 HyperX. I've got a Yeti and a Hyper, but this one I think is better. You think Yale can make a Sweet 16 run? Maybe. I mean, I like their matchup against A&M. They could beat A&M. I mean, Yale, they've done it. We know they've done it, what they've done before. They won last year. The Quartering just tweeted a page that shows the CIA killed JFK. Well, there is some big news that's being released. People were telling me on that. The winner gets a DG3 coin before the winner gets 5% of the supply. That's a lot, man. Nick Cannon coin. That thing died already, man. Nick Cannon coin. That thing's dead. It's a long gone. Am I gonna do a poll tonight? Yeah, go ahead. Somebody give me something to do a poll on if you want. So much room noise, really? Maybe it's the settings. I mean, I do have a microphone. I think it sounds decent. I don't know. Does it sound different tonight? I feel like my mic sounds pretty good. And the room is it's not echoey. There's a lot of stuff in this room. Dude, I don't even know what you're talking about. August the Duck. I promised a stream. He wants to collaborate with you. I don't even know who that is, man. Come on, bro. Sounds the same, sounds good. Yeah, I don't know. He's dissing my microphone. I mean, this is a $150 microphone. What do you want me to get, like a $500 microphone? I need to get a better webcam, but the webcams are very expensive. This is like a $300 webcam, and it's still shitty. But if I get like a $500 webcam, I think it'll be good. Because some of these streamers, they got way better quality than me. And it's like, well, I'm gonna have to get something. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and do a poll, I guess, on the audio. Here, we'll include a third option, because this may force me to get a new microphone, or try and change the settings. If a lot of people say okay, that I might... If it's just okay, is it good or is it bad? Is it okay? It's alright, it can be better. Is it good? It's good enough. Is it bad? Yeah, I saw the Browns' new, I mean, they just released more renderings, more so of, like, the exterior of the stadium. I saw that. CIA was watching Oswald before the assassination. New release says, well, there's big news in that. In that, people were like, well, it's all going to be, but there's nothing to do with, like, you know, foreign governments. It looks like. When Epstein coin boom, you'll be able to get better microphone and more propel water. Your voice and video audio isn't even. You're way quieter. Yeah, I mean, I think I fixed that though by changing it a little bit. But I know what you're saying. You've noticed the audio starts good, but over the time starts cut out. Yeah, it cuts out randomly during streams. It's good, but not perfect. Yeah, I would probably have to get someone to do it. All have sinned. Sin brings death. Christ died. Believe in Lord Jesus Christ, and thou shalt be saved. I appreciate the donation, man. I mean, it looks like 59% say it's 59% say it's good. 34 say it's okay. Yeah, I'm guessing it could probably be improved. I would agree it probably could be improved. You need a boom mic? Yeah, maybe. I used to have a pop filter. I don't have one anymore, though. I had a pop filter on my Yeti. PVS? I mean, you're always giving me coins with, like, high market caps, bro. Come on. This looks like a utility coin. I mean, yeah, the coin just released. It's up significantly. I mean, that looks like a nice chart, but I'm not buying it. You're buying the top, but I mean, it's got a nice chart. You'll donate $500 when we have a bull run? Well, I won't need it, hopefully, if we have a bull run. My coins go up. Show some random polymarketons. Will Trump meet Putin in Saudi Arabia before June? So I guess this is the peace agreement then. It's down to a 44% chance. I mean, this is all time sensitive. That's the problem. But I mean, there is still a decent amount of time before June. Oh, now people are trolling me about this. Now people are starting to troll me. You got in at 800K? Damn. So you've already gotten like a 10x. How'd you know about that coin? You got in like right here. I'll look into getting an accessory for my mic, probably like a pop filter. That'll probably improve it. And those things only for a thing like this, I have to get has to be a certain kind of filter to be able to fit the mic. Were the JFK files BS, or did they admit the CIA assassinated? No, it seems like they've admitted the CIA assassinated him from the people that what they've been telling me on this chat. But who knows if that's right? But I mean, do you like Cold War documentaries? I haven't seen very many Cold War documentaries. Maybe a while ago, not recently. Mainly World War II documentaries. I mean, the Cold War was very, very long. Do you think Pam Bondi felt rug pulled when they released the JFK files before she was able to show her phase 1 nighters? Yeah, there should have been a phase 1. They should have released binders for that. There was actually good stuff in it, though. That's the thing. Apparently, there's good stuff in these declassified new JFK files. Huh. I'm not going to do a poll on that, man. Come on. Come on, bro. Yeah, people are just trolling me about whoever this is. I don't even know who this is, man. Come on. The one dude started trolling. I don't know if he genuinely thought I was someone else or if it was just an elaborate troll. Does anyone know who August the Duck is? I mean, you have trolled my entire audience now. Frederick Wilson. AGI model, who would have the better model soon? But I don't even know if they have that stuff. Like, they don't even have the actual models. By the end of March, by the end of June. Yeah, maybe it would be DeepSeek. It's still XAI, OpenAI. I mean, how does it even get determined, though? It depends whoever releases the next update, basically. How you feel about market crash? Is the market... The market was down today, I know that. Yeah, the market was down. This is not a crash, though. It's not a crash. It's a little turbulence. But there might be a market problem when he puts those tariffs on. Yeah, people started trolling me about it. I'm not even sure if that's a real individual. But it might be an AI agent trying to troll me or something. Do you know anything about Pulse Chain? I don't use Pulse Chain. I mean, I've heard of it. Someone was trying to shill it to me in the chat a few days ago, actually. Pulse Chain? Black coffee or sugar and cream. Yeah, I mean, black coffee is rough, man. It's hard to take that down. Can't wait for another crypto dip when it's tariff time. Yeah, that's the problem. A lot of downside has been priced in at this point. Yeah, but dude, I would agree with you, but seriously, whenever there's a tariff, it gets really bad. Like, it's just, whenever there's a major tariff announcement, you want to say it's priced in already. Not with these tariffs that they got upcoming. These are all reciprocal tariff against other countries that are tariffing us. It's a lot of tariffs that are going to be coming in. Panama versus Team USA Soccer. Whoever wins gets the Panama Canal. Yeah, I saw that. That's sweet. So if we win, we get the canal back for free. Imagine that was actually a thing. Winner gets the canal. What if Trump tweets that out? USA versus Panama, winner gets the canal. That seems like a good deal. USA should win. How soon do you think there will be very advanced physical AI robot companions for humans? You think they'll be released in a few years? I mean, it's hard to give an exact timeline, but I'm sure they're coming in terms of just doing the mundane household chores and things like that to have the robots. Yeah, the rich people will get them. The prices will slowly fall on the robots. They'll start really expensive, and then they'll get better and better. There'll be all the models. I mean, just look at the original iPhone compared to where we are now. That's the same thing with the robots as they get better and better. Market will probably trend downwards until August. Then we get 2 months of good bull run before another bear. You're talking about crypto or just in general? You think the market's going to continue to go down until August, bro? My coins would be fucked if that happened. I'm not going to lie. My coins would be obliterated. I guess I'd have more, more money to save, but I'd be pretty dejected at that point in terms of investing more. Crazy that Nazi Germany came close to developing a nuke. Well, yeah, they were right there. They had the V2 rocket. They did use the V2 rocket in the 1940s. It wasn't a nuke, though, obviously. "53% said that this was good." Well, I mean, I probably need to listen. We'll do another poll. I'll try and upgrade it. We'll do another poll in a week, and then hopefully it'll be like more. It'll be like 80% say it's good. But I mean, that's probably pretty, pretty realistic thing there. Yeah, ag prices keep going down. Apparently, Iran is close to developing nukes. They are. They are. I did a video on it. Is the U.S.-Iran nuclear deal. They're at 60% enrichment right now. They have to get to 90. Supposedly, they could do it in like a month or two. Now, whether or not people believe that. Read all 80K pages of the JFK files. Well, since you donated me $1.99, I think it's only fair. I'll have my AI agent do it. What webpage is this? Financial visualizations. I just searched stock market bar chart or box chart. Stock market box chart, I guess. Heat map. I think it's a heat map. But I like seeing the visualization like this. Dude, 50K Bitcoin would destroy everything. 50K Bitcoin is basically, you might as well just call it another bear. I don't think we're going to see 50K Bitcoin, hopefully. We can't, dude. Yemen banned American ships from the Red Sea. Yeah, but what is it even? It's just going to escalate things even further. Bro, this is your last warning, man. All right, it's funny the first time, but it's enough with this. And quite honestly, it's strange. It's very odd. I don't even know what you're saying. And now you're starting to spam. Elon Musk is insane. Did you watch the astronauts? Yeah, with the dolphins and stuff. That's a really good job by Musk and SpaceX. And bull run happens this summer. I mean, it never happens in the summer, but I think it's a little bit early for a bull run to be in the summer. I'm hoping it's a more bullish environment, basically. Hopefully it's more bullish in the summer. You don't feel comfortable with the Frederick? The guy is a straight weirdo. Guy's a wacko. This was one of the dudes that had the binder. And this is the one dude that had the binder. Remember that? The influencer. Fries or tater tots? What's better? I would say fries are better than tater tots, honestly. Why don't you talk about $3,000? Yeah, gold has been going up like crazy. Gold's been going up. Crude oil has been going down. Like, that dude is lost. You know what? This should give actual hype for the Epstein stuff. It really should, because these files that got released have good shit in them. I mean, people have been telling me. But how is this now? This coin is down. I mean, this is bullshit. Wait, they're gonna have to release something on the Epstein stuff. They have to now. After this release, they're gonna have to release something. Hash browns are good, but who makes real? I know nobody making hash browns. You really don't buy hash browns or anything like that. They're a breakfast. They're a breakfast accessory. They're a breakfast side dish. DC Drano is a joke. He's lost in his own grift. Would you bang Caitlin Collins, Scott Pressler? That's who you're talking about. Yeah, she's a big star on CNN now. She's in the briefing room or the press room now. Hell no! Why would you dump this coin? It doesn't make any sense. They're gonna release it. They just released good shit on the JFK stuff. So this coin people should be buying this coin if anything. Think about it. Nurses cheat on their boyfriends all the time. Yeah, if you're dating a nurse, thoughts and prayers on that. Yeah, he was one of the people dancing around with the binder. He's a MAGA influencer. He's a MAGA influencer. Ian Miles Chung, the Elon butt wipe, the Elon simp. Check Kanye's tweets. I don't know, man. He tweets some crazy shit, and then it would. I mean, is it? Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I don't want the stream to get taken down. Please stream on Twitch and TikTok. Your revenue will 10x. No, if anything, my revenue would probably go down because it would dilute the viewer base. Everyone would just go to different places. Like, realistically, how many people... If I'm live streaming on YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, all these different platforms, the viewers just... It just splits everyone up. He'd get banned from TikTok. They do ban you for everything on TikTok. You are right. TikTok is really bad with bans, like horrible. Like you'll get banned for any type of, I think, normal right-wing thing. Just SS stuff probably. What, with Kanye? Yeah, probably. Probably just swastikas. Rumble are bot views. That's what I say. I say Rumble has a lot of bot views. I don't really trust Rumble's viewership metrics. You can't say China bad. I don't even know if it's just China. I think it's just normal Republican. I mean, they ban people just randomly talking during. I mean, it's bad. Is Kanye going to be on Rogan? I think Kanye put out. Rogan said, no, that wasn't me. Kanye said, he tweeted something insinuating that he had texted Rogan and they were going to have a podcast, but then Rogan tweeted at Kanye that that's not him. The new Ye coin, dude, I think everyone's over that at this point. I mean, you ever look into Simp token coin? Simp. It does kind of. Which one? The one on Pulse Chain? Nah, I don't know, man. Yeah, we knew the JFK coin was going to get destroyed. It's important to get out of those coins, man. It really is. Is Laura Loomer a wood? I would pass on Laura. Well, they said Kanye's coin was swastika coin. Remember that? I think that coin went to like 20 million. None of the new Kanye tweets are bad except his newest one. I don't know if I trust you. I mean, there's no point. I know he's got the photo with Fuentes if you want me to look at that. Or the video. Are you in GTA 6 on Salt? Yeah, I'm in both of the GTA 6s. Dude, the GTA 6s have been brutal investments because there's no news. The coins have been just free falling. Well, not free falling, but they've been going down. The main one on Ethereum's at like 400. The main one on Solana, I think, is like 250, 250K. There's undercover people in Harry Sisson's Discord leaking more info, and it's really messy. Well, that's bad for him. I mean, because again, when you have these liberals, they pride themselves on being, it's the feminist bullshit. I'm sure he believes in all of that, and then he manipulates these women. I mean, you can understand. You're a young dude. You want that. I mean, but then you come out and you have this moral superiority supposedly over Republicans on how women are treated, and you say all this shit about Trump. It's like he's really gonna struggle if this shit's true for him. I mean, just because of what he argues and what he so-called believes in, just a contradiction. Half-Life 3 coin, yeah, Half-Life 3. Rest in peace to that game. Bro, come on. Like, I don't know. You gotta stop with this. It's not even funny. If Elon can get AOC to be his baby mama, we can finally defeat the woke virus. Remember when people thought AOC was pregnant because she like gained weight? Turned out she wasn't, I guess. You're watching a World War II documentary while watching the stream. That's a pretty impressive multitask. There's so many World War II documentaries. They'll upload the same World War II documentary on like the same account. They're like documentary farms, and they still get massive views. But I don't even know how they monetize that. Like, doesn't even make sense. AOC Sims. Yeah, there are a lot of people. Anytime I bring up AOC, people are like, oh, she's hot and shit. I mean, I guess she's attractive to a degree. Is my audio glitching? All right, that's gonna do it for this stream. If my audio is glitching, I mean, it can be fixed, but yeah, reload the stream. Go ahead, reload the stream, guys. Reload it. It'll come back up. It won't be glitched. Or honestly, I'm not gonna do that. All right, guys, I'm gonna log off. Not glitching, audio good. You're getting trolled bad today. I mean, like 3 people said it. Lil Wayne versus Tim Walz. That's a great rap matchup. I think I'm gonna take Tim Walz. Bondi is almost 60. Yeah, Bondi uses a lot of makeup. Trying to get away from microplastics is a waste of time. Upstream processes of downstream plastics-free products put more microplastic into the product. No, I agree with you. I think trying to do anything like that. I mean, that's like Brian Johnson, you know, with all the fucking you can live till 130 and stuff, and but it's like his entire life is focused on living longer, so his life is no meaning. But I mean, I guess if you grift and you make money doing that. You said it would cut because the audio was cutting. I mean, I'll be fair to you. The audio does cut sometimes, honestly. There's too many people that have mentioned it for it not to be happening. And I've seen other people's streams have audio cuts during their stream, like on YouTube. His eyes do look red. They look red in that shot. Yeah, I agree, man. Who did the Browns draft? Probably Abdul Carter, the defensive pass rusher. That's who I think they're going to take. All right, guys. I'll be seeing you later.